Hi, I'm Kushan Mitra for ThePrint, and I'm in Chennai for the inauguration of Renault India's new design center. And I'm also speaking with Mr. Venkatram, the country CEO and managing director of Renault India. Sir, Renault has been very quiet in India for the last few years, but I believe you're going to make a lot of noise in the next 12 months.
Thank you for having me here. First of all, we are going to make noise continuously, by the way, for next few months for sure. Not that we were silent, but the situation was not allowing us to make noise, as you say. Post COVID, then the EC crisis, then the Russian Ukrainian war did impact some of our operations globally. And it was very much necessary that we revive that space where it is our birthplace, which is France, Europe, and Renault was trying to put back the operations into normality in Europe. So that has been done, and then later on we started putting up an international game plan, and now we are through with Brazil and Korea. We are almost there, and it's time for India. So therefore, we are taking steps, necessary steps. Which to start with is the acquisition of the plant from our alliance partner, Mr. Nissan, and then opening up this design studio, which makes us a complete OEM in the country. And this also establishes to a fact that Renault believes in India, which is the third largest auto country, and it's poised to grow at a rapid pace. And we are very confident over a period of a few years, we will be touching about 10 million market, and I'm confident that we should take a 5% market share on that TIV in near future.
So you haven't launched a product since the Kiger,
Right.
which was almost 4 years ago now. So you've said five new products in the coming months,
2 years.
in the next 2 years. So obviously two are, we know that you announced last year, which going to be more or less broadly based on the Duster, third generation Duster and Bigster platform. But you also said a new platform and your new and a EV as well.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an EV, as I asked you earlier. This is going to be an EV developed for countries like India.
Of course, anything, if you want to be successful in India, it is very necessary that we meet our customer requirements. And without that, you can never be successful in the country. And therefore, any product which we will launch, we have launched, is specific to India and looking at the customer expectations, novelty which they are aspiring to, is the one which we are going to launch. And we are already in process of developing these five products which we spoke. And $600 million of investment is already in, and they are in the process of launching now.
And can you give us an idea of what role this design center that you're showing us today,
Mm.
what role that will play for Renault India going forward? Will the cars that we see on the roads wearing the diamond badge, will they be all designed here? And is this design not just the exterior design, but also interior and software design as well?
First of all, let me explain this design studio, design center. What we have is a 360-degree, which is not just exterior or interiors or colors only. It is complete vehicle. You have seen the one which they have been iconic design structure, which you have just seen that, and we will continue to do the complete design work for India for the future models for sure. Just not that, even for the world. Uh, as I was telling you, I think Lauren also iterated this, that it's R5, which we have recently launched in Europe, and R4, which we are going to, they were engineered here and they were done here. And this design studio becomes a backbone or a cornerstone for our engineering and the manufacturing and the launch activities as well. And with such a setup, currently at 32 people, we will add more population here, more skill sets here, which will enable to be self-sustained from design to the launch of vehicles for India and the world. So that's the whole idea with which this design center has been opened.
Now, one thing you showed in your presentation as well was your new showroom design and layout.
Mm.
This is a global change, I believe.
It's a art store,
Yeah.
which we call it as. We call it as 2030 format, which is in the world. First time was done in Chennai, not even in France. It is done in Chennai, and now it is going across various other locations. It's getting cascaded, copied, cut and paste. into various locations across the world, that these dealership outlets will be looking like this, and we call it as our stores.
Now, you've said that you want to expand. Obviously, the market's going to grow. You're saying the Indian market will probably hit 10 million sometime soon. Um, you have to have the products, so you have these new products coming, but you have 350 plus sales points, so you'll also have to expand that.
Sure, definitely. As the volumes increase, when we start looking at more avenues, more geographical locations, one thing for for sure is we have dealer partners. We have about 117 dealer partners, and currently we have 362 outlets to be very precise. And these 362 will start expanding as we have new launches, because you need to understand, currently my product portfolio, what I have is below 10 lakhs, and tomorrow, in few months from now, it will be doubling. I'll go into the B plus and the CSUV, which means that you will start entering into 12, 14, 20 lakh segment. So you have a full range, so your geographical occupation will be larger. So you have to expand, there's no choice. What do I expand? Outlets. My dealer partners will still remain 117. I'm not going to expand the dealer partners, but we'll open up the dealer outlets far more than what it is today.
Now, want to understand one more thing is you said Renault was after COVID concentrating on global markets, and Russia was a huge market for you, and I'm sure the sanctions hit Renault very hard. But Renault had, I believe, first mover advantage in what we call the CSUV market. In it was the Duster was the original 4.5 meter SUV. It had a big fan following. Do you think Renault India missed a trick by not bringing in the second generation Duster?
We do mistakes, we know how to learn out of it, and we are correcting it.
So you'll see most likely see something based on the third generation Duster,
Yeah.
which I it will be slightly Indianized.
Obviously it should be, otherwise how do I make my Indian customers more happy?
Now, the automotive industry in India and across the world is going through a radical change in drivetrain technology. Um, where do you see India on that pathway? Is diesel dead, in your opinion?
For Renault, we are not going to get diesel back into India. That's one thing for sure. Is Renault using diesel globally? Yes, they still have the traces of diesel engines. Not in a large sense, but yes. For India, diesel is gone, and we are currently operating in gasoline. We have just started CNG in the northern part of India, and ethanol, obviously, regulatory things, so it is already available in the system. What we would be focusing is on the hybridization and the EV moving forward.
So you've just launched CNG. CNG, of course, was last year the fastest growing.
Yeah.
It's a biofuel technology in that sense because it's not pure CNG, but you see potential in CNG with the Triber, particularly. I believe did very well with CNG.
Yes, yes. The Triber is the one which is more attractive with the CNG for sheer space and its design. And we continue to do for Triber the CNG, and we will focus on that for sure. But it will be a slow movement from northern portion of India to the southern portion of India. Over a few months, we will be doing it. But when we go for the B plus and the CSUV, we need to evaluate whether CNG is in the right option, because it all depends on how market, what they are asking for. So as of now, we are not looking at CNG for that, but we are definitely looking for other new energy vehicles.
Now, Renault globally, in among your various brands as well, you have EVs and PHEVs and regular hybrids. Do you see opportunities in PHEV, regular hybrids, or even now across the world, you see a lot of growth in range extenders as
Yeah.
well. So do you see Indian opportunities for that?
You need to understand that these technologies are already available with us in Europe. As the time comes, as the market matures, each technology will be introduced by us, and it will be significantly available in the marketplace. Whether it's a range extender or whether it's a strong hybrid, I would not say standard hybrid, but I would say strong hybrid, and the EVs as well. So we have our plans, because the current five products which we are talking about, that's not the only one which will fill the volumes for the future, right? Every product has its own life cycle. So we have to plan our future beyond 2030, 32, and 37, and so on and so forth. So this will come into the picture, and we'll start development in that direction as well.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you very
time.
much.
You'll keep us very busy this year then.
Hopefully,
We get to see you soon again.
Mr. Nabil Khan will invite you again, and
So you're going to drive something the next time,
at
not
least a
just.
couple of times more. Yeah.
All right. Thank you
Thank
again
you
so
very
much for your
much.
time and best of
Sure.
luck to Renault in India.
Thank you.